Something terrible had happened in Mercy Sphere. Talia Eng was the first on scene. She touched a hand to her throat, stifling nausea. With her other hand she slipped on a pair of goggles, feeding her observations back to the Supreme Prefect. "I'm inside, ma'am," she said. "You should have a clear view of the scene." "Pan around for me," the voice in her ear instructed. "Slower. Slower still. Why isn't it in focus?" "It is, ma'am," Talia coughed. "There's a lot of smoke in the air. The circulators are struggling to clear it." "Do you need a breather?" "No, ma'am. It's pretty bad, but if these people are managing without breathers, I think I can as well." Mendicants, the order who operated Mercy Sphere, were busy fixing damage, clearing bodies and tending to the few souls who had survived the conflagration. Humans and hyperpigs alike made up their number, dressed in green and white clerical outfits. As Talia tracked around, her goggles placed reference tags on the fallen and sick. "It's vile, ma'am, that someone should do this deliberately." She trailed off, the horror too unwieldy to be carved into words. "Detachment, Eng," Jane O'Manier said. "Record and assist where you can. Medical and forensic squads are inbound." Talia coughed again. Some part of that smoke haze came from the burned fabric of Mercy Sphere, but the rest was a sooty suspension of barbecued flesh. The flavour of it was new and ancient at the same time, as if her brain had always been primed to recognize it. "Ma'am," she said, swallowing hard. "Why haven't they sent a hyper-pig?" The question came not from Jane O'Manier, but from the mendicant who had arrived alongside Talia. A middle-aged human woman with ash-smeared skin and eyes slitted and inflamed by the smoke. Her goggles brought up her name from Panoply's register of citizens. "I was the nearest when the alarm came in, Sister Drusilla. It could have been any one of us, a human or hyper-pig prefect. We make no distinction." "Words for my benefit. Or is your superior listening in? Let me address Jane O'Manier personally." Staring directly at Talia, Sister Drusilla pushed steel into her voice. "This attack against us was a foregone event. We've been warning of such a thing for 6 months, begging for greater protection. Why did you not listen?" "Tell her that we did listen, but that our resources are not infinite," O'Manier interjected. "There are just 1,000 of us," Talia offered. "That's 1,000 of us to cover every possible threat in the glitter band. Anything that can't be managed by the constables. With the best will in the world, we can't be everywhere at once, and since the Cranach crisis blew up..." She winced at her own ill-judged choice of words. "We're tallying multiple threats and multiple possible targets, and with each escalation the problem gets worse." Sister Drusilla surveyed the carnage surrounding them, the burned, twisted, charred and smoking bodies, the melted architecture, the damage caused by secondary fires and explosions as the chain of destruction played out. She touched a hand to the snowflake stitched across her chest. "So, your policy is to stand back and observe until such threats are acted on?" "I wish I could offer more, Sister. That's the best you have. A wish." "Do not apologize for a system forced on us by the democratic will of the citizenry," O'Manier interjected. Talia salted some authority into her reply. "Be grateful that we're here at all, Sister. My colleagues will shortly be arriving in force. Rest assured, our investigation will be extremely thorough. I must ask, did you have much warning before the capsule docked? What difference does it make, now that the harm's done?" "With respect, Sister, that's for me to decide. Was there anything unusual?" A sigh. "We had a few minutes warning, the usual pattern. When escapees flee to us, they rarely have time to put elaborate plans in place. Of course, our suspicions have been heightened with the threats made against us. That's why we've been pleading for more protection. But everything about this capsule seemed genuine." Despair broke through her mask. "If there's something we missed, something we should have seen..." "There won't have been," Talia said firmly. "The ones who did this to you would have made sure of that."